Okay, today we're going to talk about special right triangles. The first special right triangle we're going to talk about is the 45, 45, 90 degree triangle. All right, so now when we have a 45, 40 degree, or 45, 45, 90 degree triangle, the legs are going to be congruent and the length of the hypotenuse is going to be square root 2 times the leg. All right, so here are our steps for solving. First thing we're going to do is we're going to label the three sides. So the two legs we're going to label with m's. The hypotenuse we're going to label m square root 2. All right, then we're going to go ahead and we're going to solve for whatever side is giving us the number, and then we're going to substitute that into the other sides. Okay, so here's what this looks like. For number 1, the two legs we're going to set equal to m, and the hypotenuse we're going to set equal to m square root 2. Okay, then we're going to take the side that has the number. So in this case, 14 is equal to m. We're going to write it with m first, so m is equal to 14. All right, now if m wasn't by itself, we would have to get m by itself, but in this case it is, so we're good. Now once we have m by itself, we could take the other two sides, so the x equals m side, and we can substitute in 14 for m. So x is just equal to 14. All right, now we're going to do the same thing for y. Y is equal to m square root 2. So we're going to take that 14 and we're going to set it or substitute it in for m. So y is equal to 14, and then we just bring down the square root of 2. Now, these two numbers are not like terms, right? We can't multiply an inside and an outside number together. So that's my final answer. All right, go ahead and pause the video and try the U-try. All right, number 2. Now, again, we're going to let the two legs equal m and the hypotenuse equal m root 2. Then we're going to take the side with the number, and I'm going to rewrite that equation with the m first. All right, now this time the m is not by itself. So in order to get the m by itself, we have to undo multiplying by square root of 2. So we're going to divide by the square root of 2. On the left-hand side, the square root of 2's cancel out. On the right-hand side, the square root of 2's cancel out. So we're left with m equals 5. All right, now we can go ahead and substitute that in for the other two variables. So x is equal to m, and m is 5. So x is 5. Okay, then we're going to do the other one. Y is equal to m, and m is 5. So y is 5. All right, go ahead and pause the video. Try that next one. Okay, so the steps now are all going to be the same. We're just going to have different variations of what we're given. All right, so I'm going to do these 3 problems on the left, and then you're going to try the 3 problems on the right. Okay, so I'm still going to go to each side or each leg and set them equal to m, and then I'm going to take the hypotenuse and set it equal to m square root 2. All right, now I'm going to take my side that's the given number, and I'm going to write the m first. Okay, m is by itself, so I'm done. So now I can substitute that in for x and y. All right, so for x, I have m square root 2. So I'm going to take this 3 square root 2 and I'm going to put it in for m. So I'm going to rewrite the x. I'm going to write the 3 square root 2 because that's what the m is, and then I'm going to write the square root of 2. Okay, so I'm just substituting in here. So everything else gets brought down. And then I have to simplify. So the square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is 2. Bring down the 3. And now these are both outside numbers. So I can multiply them together and I get x equaling 6. All right, and then the last side is y. Y is just equal to m. So I could put that on the right-hand side, and y is by itself and simplified. All right, number 2. X is m, y is m, because those are both the legs. 8 is m squared root 2. That's the hypotenuse. All right, so now I have m squared root 2 is equal to 8. I have to get the m by itself, so I'm going to divide both sides by the square root of 2. All right, now 8 divided by square root of 2 is on the right-hand side. We cannot leave a square root in the denominator. So we have to multiply the top and bottom by the square root of 2. On the top, I just have 8 square root 2. I can't simplify those together because one's inside the radical, one's outside the radical. And then square root 2 times square root 2 is 2. All right, now I can simplify the 8 and 2 because they're both outside the radical. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And then I bring down the square root of 2. All right, once the m is by itself, I can go ahead and substitute it in for my x and y. So my x, is just equal to m. M is 4 square root 2. Okay, and then y. Y is just equal to m. Again, m is 4 square root 2. Can't simplify those, so I'm done. All right, and then the last one, again, the legs are equal to m. The hypotenuse is equal to m squared root 2. Okay, I'm going to take this side and solve for m. Okay, to get the m by itself, I'm going to divide by the square root of 2. But then I have to simplify the right-hand side. I can't divide the 4 and 2 because one's inside the radical, one's outside the radical. I can go ahead and rationalize the denominator. So I'm going to multiply the top and bottom by the square root of 2. On the top, I can multiply the 3 and 2 together because they're both inside the radical, and I get 4 square root 6. On the bottom, the square root of 2 times square root of 2 is just 2. All right, and then these are both outside, so 4 divided by 2 is 2. So m is equal to 2 square root 6. All right, and now I can solve for my n and my k. Okay, now both of those are equal to m, and m is 2 square root 6. So that is my answer. All right, try those 2 U-try problems, or 3 U-try problems.